Hi friends, today we will learn a new topic from science, that is matter and materials. This topic will have two parts. In part 1 we will be discussing about matter. In part 2 we will be discussing about materials. So today we will be learning about matter, states and properties of matter and change of state of matter. So what is matter? Matter is anything that has weight and occupies some space. Everything around us is made up of matter. All living and non-living things are also made up of matter, like us. Our teeth are solid, our blood and tears are liquid, and the air we breathe is gas. As I already told, matters all around us. The air we breathe, the water we drink, plants and animals. Matter is also the scientific word for what everything is made up of. So let's now discuss about molecules and atoms. Matter is made up of tiny particles called molecules. They are too small to be seen by the naked eyes. Molecules of different substances are different from each other. That's why they form solids, liquids, and gases. Molecules are further made up of atoms. Atoms is the smallest particle of matter. As you can see, this is the picture of an atom. So here are the molecules of the three states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. So here are the states of matter. There are three types of forms of state of matter. They are solids, liquids, and gases. All matter or substances have molecules arranged in different ways, so they exist as solids, liquids, or gases. A state of matter is one of the distinct forms in which matter can exist. Let us now learn about the solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. They are substances in which the molecules are very closely packed. They have fixed shape and fixed volume. Solids are also hard, like a rock, a book, and a table. If we apply force, some solids can change shape, some solids can change shape. Like chapatis can be made by applying force on dough balls. Some solids on applying force can also be bent, broken or torn, like the paper in a book or a notebook. When we apply force on it, it becomes torn, right? Okay. Liquids. They are substances in which the molecules are partially packed. They have fixed volume but not fixed shape. They take the shape of the container they are poured in. The volume of a liquid does not change no matter what container it is put in. Liquids can also flow from one place to another, like this, like the river, right? Okay. Liquids cannot be bent, broken, or torn. For example, the water from the water tap, milk and juice. Gases. Gases are substances in which the molecules are very loosely packed. The, the air we breathe is also a mixture of gases like oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Water vapor usually looks like this, wet water vapor. Okay, the molecules in a gas are free to move all around the space available for them. Gases neither have fixed shape nor fixed volume. Blowing air, for example, blowing air into a balloon fills the, the air fills the space available for them. And when we let out the air from the balloon, the gas spreads all over the room. And did you know, friends, that water exists in all three states of matter? As in, freeze water or ice is in solid state, liquid water is in liquid state, and water vapor is in gaseous state. So here are the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. The examples for solids are ball, pen, and wood. Their molecules are tightly packed with no gaps. They have fixed shape as well as fixed volume. The examples for liquids are water, juice, and soda. Their molecules are partially packed with some gaps. They don't have fixed shape, but they have fixed volume. The examples for gas are helium, nitrogen, and oxygen. Their molecules are loosely packed with many gaps. They don't have fixed shape and they don't have fixed volume. So now let's apply what we have learned. So let's look at the first picture. What do you think? Are they the molecules of a solid, liquid, or gas? What about the second one? Are these the molecules of a solid, liquid, or gas? And the final one, is it a solid, liquid, or gas? Yes, you have guessed it correct. The first one is loosely packed, so it is gas. The second one is tightly packed, so it is a solid. And the third one is a liquid, and because it is partially packed. So here are the changes of state of matter. Matter can change from one state to another if heated or cooled. For example, when we cool water, it turns to ice, and when we heat ice, it turns to water. And when we heat water, it turns to water vapor, right? Okay. The states of water are interchangeable. Okay, here's heating. When we heat ice, it turns into water. And when we heat water into water vapor. When we cool water vapor into liquid, it turns into when we cool water vapor, it turns into liquid. And when we cool ice and we cool water, it turns into ice. Melting changes a solid into a liquid by heating. For example, ice cubes to water. Evaporation changes a liquid into a vapor. Okay? For example, water to water vapor. Sublimation changes a solid directly into the gaseous state on heating. For example, naphthalene balls reduce in size when kept out for a few days. Condensation changes a gas into a liquid on cooling. For example, water vapor into air. And freezing changes a liquid into a solid on cooling. For example, water to ice cubes. So here is a diagram for us on changes of state of matter. Okay, when we freeze liquid, it turns into solid, and when we melt solid, it turns into liquid. And when evaporation happens in liquids, it turns to a gas. And when gas condenses, it turns to a liquid. And when sublimation occurs in solids, it turns to a gas. Thank you. Please like and subscribe my channel.